let's take a look at one of my most anticipated films of 2015. It's the latest film by director Brad Bird, and it stars Britt Robertson, George Clooney, and Hugh Laurie. Without getting into spoilers, the film focuses on Tomorrowland. It's a place where all the great minds and inventors and dreamers can come together and just create, imagine new things, and make it happen. But something has happened to Tomorrowland, and now the character Casey, played by Britt Robertson, has to find out what and if there's anything she can do to help. And really, that's about all I can say without going into spoiler territory. So diving right in, number 5, the acting. This was a great cast put together for this movie. You have the headliners like George Clooney. Britt Robertson goes toe-to-toe with Clooney in many scenes and holds her own. I was very impressed. Hugh Laurie is great. However, the standout performance for me was by the young actress, let me get her name right, Raffi Cassidy. She was incredible. In many scenes, she goes toe-to-toe, just kind of back and forth with George Clooney, and she holds her own, and maybe even outperforms him in a couple of moments. At number 4, I have the tone. I think this is where a lot of the negative criticism is coming from, because it does kind of bounce between a sci-fi movie, a fantasy film, an adventure film. At times, it maybe doesn't feel exactly like it knows what it wants to be. Saying that, when it's a sci-fi film, it's a great sci-fi film. When it's an adventure film, it's a really good adventure film. When it has more fantastic elements, it's really great. I really like all these little parts. I just wish maybe it would have been more consistent. And this really tends to show, especially in the last third of the movie, where some of the tone things just shift around. I wasn't too distracted by this. Thinking back, maybe I recognize a few of the areas where they could have smoothed it up by maybe changing a little tweak here or there to make the tone more consistent. But overall, it didn't bother me too much. At number 3, we have the ending. This is the other area that's gotten a lot of negative feedback. Now, I won't get into spoilers here, but I will say that the ending should have maybe gone through another couple of rewrites just to make it flow a little better. There are some things that just don't fit right with the rest of the movie. Overall, I just think it's a okay ending. I wouldn't say it's bad or poorly done. It's shot and acted and everything very well. Just that some of the decisions on the story side were maybe just okay. Next up is the Optimism. Now, this film does present a very positive, optimistic outlook. It's very hopeful and intentionally looks for the best in people. It was very refreshing to see. A lot of movies today go more of that dark, brooding, just angsty, just kind of that whole somber tone. I do kind of hope that they keep making films with more of this optimistic outlook, because it is nice. It's a nice change from all the darker movies we've had. And the thing I feel like is most important to talk about is the sense of wonder that Brad Bird was able to capture with this movie. There are many times where your imagination is caught up with the characters. It just excites you and just gives you that sense of just amazement and just wow. A wow moment. Very few directors, especially nowadays, are able to capture that sense of awe and amazement. A notable director who's really good at capturing this sense of wonder is Steven Spielberg. Looking back at things like E.T., the first Jurassic Park, you had lots of those moments where it was just amazement, awe, and just wonder. I keep repeating that word, but that's what it is. Directors like Brad Bird and Spielberg are able to capture and just make you feel like a kid again. Where your imagination is unhinged and you believe you can do anything. Overall, I love this movie quite a bit. There might be some tone problems, pacing issues, the ending, but the sense of wonder that Brad Bird's able to capture and the just absolutely likable characters that you're following on this adventure are worth the ride. And I will definitely be buying this one when it comes out on Blu-ray. Have you seen the film? If you were able to go to Tomorrowland, what kind of an invention or just thing would you like to create and be a part of? Tell me in the comments below. And until then, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at ZManMedia. Until next time.